right, so we're going to start this practice in a seated position. If you would like to sit on a block or another prop or pillow, go ahead and slide that underneath your sit bones so that you're nice and comfortable. Legs can be crossed or in any other position that you are comfortable with. Once you're situated, bring the hands either on the thighs or stack them in your lap. Let your eyes close and start to focus in on your breath. And all we want to do here is breathe normally, so you don't have to change anything. Just take notice of the length of your inhale versus the length of your exhale. There is no right or wrong, just simply observe. Now, because today's practice is all about finding balance, let's see if we can bring the breath to a nice even state. So gradually evening out your inhale and your exhale. And a great way to keep tabs on this is to follow your heartbeat. For example, my heartbeat is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will try to keep my breath in that pattern. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. If your count is different, if your breath pattern is at a 3 or a 6, it's okay. You go with your own breath pattern. Be mindful as you do this, we're not trying to create more stress, so keep it easy. Do your best not to force the breath into a longer pattern than what it wants to do. Take a few more rounds of breath, just like this. And we will come back to this even breath throughout our practice. But for now, let it go and just come back to your natural rhythm of breath. Let your eyes slowly blink open. Start to wake up the face a little bit. And we'll move into tabletop from here. If you were using any props or pillows, move them to the side of the mat and find your way into your tabletop. We'll move through a few rounds of cow and cat, again tapping into that even breath. So inhaling as you lift the head and tail, and exhaling as you curl. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 2, 3, 4. Exhaling. 2, 3, 4. Take a few more rounds of breath, your own timing. Finish up whichever round you're on and come back to a nice neutral spine. From here, tuck the toes and shift your weight back. We're going to come into a squat. So it's okay if there's a little bit of space between the big toes. We want the heels to be right underneath the sit bones. Enjoy the stretch through the Achilles tendons and the calf muscles, possibly the bottoms of the feet as well. And then from here, walk the hands up onto the thighs, stacking the spine, finding our first physical balance. Close the front ribs, start to engage the core. Eyes are straight ahead. And then bring the hands to prayer. If you're wobbly and this isn't quite solid yet, it's okay. You can keep the hands on the thighs. Take a nice big inhale here. Then exhale, press those legs and come up to standing. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead, Hasta Tadasana. Exhale, side bend. Press into the opposite foot. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend the other way. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Shift your weight into the left foot so the right heel will release. And we're going to come right into a balance. We're diving right in, tree pose. Outwardly rotate. Either bring the foot around the ankle, if that's where you're at right now, around the calf muscle, or above the knee. Wherever it is that you can balance and feel secure. And it doesn't have to be the most perfect tree pose. We'll hit this again. Stay here and breathe, keeping the hands at the heart center. On your exhale, bring the foot back down to the mat. We'll take a half sun salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to the heart. Weight comes into the right foot. Left heel lifts. Find tree pose on this side. It's okay if it's different from the first side. Again, keep the hands at the heart center. Breathe here. Let's take that top leg, the floating leg, turn it inward so it comes to parallel. Flex the foot actively. Let the arms extend out to your side, and as you do, you're going to bend your standing leg and extend the floating leg. Take a nice big step forward, bring the right thigh up to the chest. From here, warrior 3, it can be a little baby one. Extend the leg back, take your time. Stay for a breath. Now float it back up. Thigh comes to the chest, hands to prayer, and we'll take that extended step again. Bending your standing leg, extending the floating leg, and then step up to the top of the mat. Left thigh comes to the chest. As you exhale, shift back into warrior 3. Again, this can be a baby warrior 3, does not have to be the fullest extent of the pose. On your exhale, soften the standing knee, reach the other toes back and find crescent pose. If it's wobbly, it's okay. It's all about finding the balance, right? So settle yourself in. Find that nice crescent pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up by the ears, and then exhale, settle even deeper. Inhale, lengthen through the waistline. Exhale, side bend to the right over that front leg. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, we're going to open up into warrior 2. So rotate the back leg. You can inch it back a little bit if you need more space. And let those arms extend out. Really tracking that right thigh over the center of the foot. Inhale, rotate the right palm. Exhale, reach up and back for reverse warrior. Now the balance here, we want strength in the lower body, but a lightness and a lifting in the upper body. So we have both grounded and light. On your inhale, come back up through center. Warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm to the thigh, other arm sweeps up and over. And your eyes can focus on what's comfortable, either down at the ground, straight ahead, or up at the fingertips. From here, half moon balance, Ardha Chandrasana. So take this top hand and bring it to the waist. Eyes look downward. You can use a block if you'd like to. You're going to tap your weight forward onto that right foot and find the balance. I'm using my right fingertips to reach down. I might not actually touch, and that's okay. If you have a wall, you can always touch the wall as well. Sometimes it's fun to do this pose without connecting the hand to anything. A little extra challenge. From here, just come to a nice Tadasana. Step the feet to parallel. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to the heart and turn around. We're just going to flip and face the other direction. Let's take a breath here to stay grounded. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the waist, to the heart. Shift your weight over into the right foot, left heel releases, outwardly rotate, find tree pose on this side. Now we've been here before, so hopefully this time it feels more familiar, it feels more solid, it feels more balanced. Now if you are feeling good here, feel free to extend the arms upward if you'd like to. A little added challenge. Good. Bring the hands back to the heart if they're extended. Release the foot to Tadasana, half sun salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to the heart. Shift your weight into the left foot, right heel releases. Outwardly rotate for tree pose. Find your balance, find your breath. Can you create an even breath here as well? Same options apply with the arms. If the arms are extended, bring them back to the heart center, flex the top foot, inwardly rotate it. We're going to march our way to the top of the mat again. Extend the floating leg, bend the standing leg. Step it forward, left thigh to the chest, and extend it back to warrior three. Feel free to go a little bit more intense in this pose if it feels right for you. Inhale, bring it back up to vertical, thigh to the chest. Exhale, extend the floating leg, bend the standing leg, and take another step forward, right thigh to the chest. And bring it back to your warrior three. Staying here for a few breaths. Soften your standing knee, reach the other toes back, find your crescent pose. Settle into the balance here. Once you do, arms sweep up and settle into the hips. Inhale, lengthen up through the waist. As you exhale, side bend over that front leg to your left. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, open it up, warrior two, moving the back foot for more depth if needed. Left thigh tracks over the middle of the foot. Finding that gorgeous warrior two. On your next inhale, flip the left palm. Exhale, reach it up and back for your reverse warrior. Really sinking in to those legs, but lifting out of the waist. On your inhale, come through warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Forearm to the thigh, other arm reaches up. Focus can go where you'd like it to. Moving now into our half moon balance. Top hand can come to the waist for the transition. Eyes look down towards the mat. Start to tap your weight forward into the left foot. Finding the balance. Left hand can come to the ground if you're not inversion free. It can come to a block, to the wall, or float. But just if it's floating, keep the energy reaching. Good. From here, find Tadasana, 2 feet on the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to the heart and turn around. Now we're facing the real front of our mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. As you exhale, hands come to the heart, start to lower into your squat. As you do that, pull up through the belly so you have opposing energies. Squatting slowly and mindfully. Sit bones to the heels. It's okay if the knees are slightly separated. From here, we're going to move the knees down and move the chest back a little bit so you don't slam those knees on the mat, and then come up to a kneeling position. Moving right into camel pose. If you like to use props, grab one, bring it between the heels. Hands come behind, press the heel of the hand into the hip bones, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge. Finding whatever depth of camel pose you will like to practice. And always being mindful of the neck and its comfort and the ability to be able to breathe. Good. On your inhale, bring the chin to the chest. Walk the hands back up the way they came. Exhale, sit down onto your heels. Feel free to use a prop here underneath your seat. Allow the spine to release in its own time. If it's rather intense, give yourself a nice full belly breath. So when you breathe in, you expand the belly in every direction. And then when you exhale, release it down. This does help the lower back quite a bit. Good. From here, let's take a little bit of a twist. So as you exhale, twist it to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale where you need. You can move your props out of the way. We're going to step forward into a low lunge. So the right foot comes forward and ease into that low lunge. Now you can bring your hands 2 blocks in front of you. You can bring the hands on the thighs, whatever it is that you need right now. Settling in, breathing, enjoying the opening of the hip flexor. From here, hands come down to the inside of the front foot, tuck the back toe, lift the knee, flip into Skandasana, side lunge. So your weight stays on that right foot. The ankle is relaxed. We're not forcing it up. And either stay upright or fold it forward for more intensity. Inhale, lifting up the head. Exhale, rotate around to the right. We're going to take half Lord of the Fish. So that straight leg is going to tuck underneath you to the outside of the right heel. Sit down on the left hip and then rotate around to the right. Do your best to get both sit bones onto the mat. And the back hand can just very gently touch. Inhale, bring the eyes to the front. Exhale, hands to the mat, find your way to plank. Take a vinyasa or skip it and press back to your child's pose. From here, we'll take the second side. So taking the left foot forward, coming into your low lunge. Arrange the hands however you feel the best. Breathe here. On your next exhale, bring the hands down to the inside of the front foot. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, flip open into Skandasana. Weight is now on the left foot, getting a nice opening for the inner thigh. You can stay upright or you can fold it forward. If you're folded forward, bring yourself up to vertical. Walk the hands around to the top of your mat. And we'll make our way into half Lord of the Fish. So the straight leg, that knee bends, tucks underneath and to the outside of the left foot. Sit down and rotate around to your left. On your inhale, bring it back to the front of your mat. Find your way to plank and take a vinyasa. Pressing back to child's pose and resting here for a few breaths. Take one more breath in your child's pose. And bring yourself up, and we'll come into cow face pose. So I'll be your mirror image for this. So you're going to take your right leg on top of the left. Now, of course, you can always prop underneath the sit bones if you need more space, or you can straighten out the bottom leg if this bottom knee is not so happy, right? So we're just trying to stack the knees as best as possible, sitting up nice and tall through the spine. To add the arms, we're going to take the opposite arm up. So this is the left arm. Right arm comes underneath, and you're going to try to hook the fingers. If the fingers don't reach, then just grab onto your shirt and walk the fingers closer. Or if you have a towel or a yoga strap with you, you can always place it in the top hand and then grab it with the bottom hand behind you. Always a way to make it happen. And just breathe here. Make sure that the head is lifted, so the spine can stay extended. Breathe through those shoulders and arms and hips. One more breath. Gently release the arms. You can give them a little bit of a shoulder roll if you want to massage a little bit. Feel free to do that to help release out those shoulders. Now keep the legs as they are. Take your right hand, bring it onto the right thigh. Left hand to your side. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, side bend, softening the elbow as you bend. And this top hand helps to keep the sit bone rooted and grounded into the mat. But on your inhale, come up through vertical. Exhale, gently release, untangle those legs. Bring them about mat width apart and windshield wiper from side to side. Once you've done both sides equally, come back to neutral and we'll switch to the other side. This time your left is on top of the right. And don't be surprised if this is really different than the first side. It's okay, just prop yourself where you need to so that you can feel comfortable here. Relatively speaking, of course. Taking the opposite arm up, right arm lifts up, left arm comes underneath. Try to hook those fingers or use a prop to help you. And again, don't be surprised if the arms are different on this side. When we have one hand that is dominant, that side is usually a little bit tighter. Breathe into it. Gently release the arms. Give them a little massage. You can roll the shoulders around a little bit, whatever it is that you might need. And then we take our side bend. So the left hand comes to the left thigh, right hand out to your side. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, side bend. Soften the right elbow as the left hand presses into the thigh. Keep the chest lifted. Breathe. Good. Inhale, coming up through vertical. Exhale where you need to. Use your hands to untangle those legs. Bring them about mat width apart. And windshield wiper the legs from side to side. From here, we move forward just slightly on the mat. You want enough space behind you so your head ends up on the mat. And we'll take bound angle pose. So sitting up nice and tall through the spine, you can hold on to the ankles and or the arches of the feet, but not the toes. And as you exhale, start to hinge forward. Elbows can gently press the thighs down, just for a little assistance. On your inhale, come all the way up to vertical. Out. Exhale where you need to. We're going to move into a reclined version of this pose. So if you are inversion free, set up your props behind you so that you can be on an angle. If you are not inversion free, just go ahead and lay down on your back. We'll catch up in a minute. All right. Once you are down on your back, just let your arms come out to your sides for a moment. Keep the left leg where it is. We're going to take the right leg up into happy baby. And you can bring your left hand to the thigh just to give it a little bit of weight, but we're not pushing it down. We just don't want the hips to rock side to side. We want to try to keep those hip bones nice and level. From here, let's bring the left leg up to join the right. So now you're in a full happy baby. And now we take the right leg back down so it's in a bound angle, and the left leg is still up here in happy baby, so we get both sides. It's all about the balance, right? From here, release the foot down, find bound angle pose once again. And your hands can rest wherever they want to go. Bring your hands down to the legs. Use the hands to bring them to parallel, feet flat. And windshield wiper those legs one more time from side to side. Once you've done both sides equally, find your way into your Savasana. Legs about mat width apart, let them fall to their natural rotation. Arms out to your sides, no higher than the shoulders, and the palms can flip upward. If it's chilly where you are, bring a blanket over you to stay warm. Let the eyes close and take rest. Start to deepen your breath. Find energy in the fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, hands, and feet. Extend the arms up by the ears. Bring the legs long underneath you for a nice full body stretch. And either hug the knees in towards your chest and rock from side to side, or bring the feet flat, mat width apart, and windshield wiper once again from side to side. Find your way onto your right side into fetal position, using the bottom arm as a pillow for your head. Gently press yourself up to a seated position. Eyes remain closed. And either press one hand to the heart and one to the belly, or press the palms together at your heart center. And take these few moments to check in with how you feel after this practice. How do you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually? Take a few moments now for some gratitude, something you're thankful for in this moment, and a few reasons why. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste.